So doctors in the house, okay? I'm going to show you a little trick that I've done before. Yes, it is related to RVing. I'm the doctor, the RV doctor. No, not like AZ Expert. He goes and fixes everything. I just don't fix, I just bring back reports, that's it. So that's the first thing I do. Then we'll take these, and we will go through fluid sample. Brand new unit in 2014. It was a brand new unit. It was actually a 2013. I already looked at the VIN number, so it's corrected. I know that. So I kind of know what we have. So the first thing, well, good afternoon. Good. Hey, you mind if I put my stuff here? See, guys are nice here. They're always cooperative and nice. As you can see, we're at the dealership. So the first thing I do is take a glance of what's going on to give me an idea of what's coming on the inspection. 2014, I understand somebody kind of sort of cleaned this, which it's not. So you can see the maintenance wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big thing that somebody was taking care of. So this is the first thing that I see. So for me, those are the air filter. So somebody didn't take care of this, and it's already having problem breathing air for the engine. So as a diesel, that's what we run out. Air from coming from here and going from there. And as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at other things, but we'll just do fluid sample, which was a big deal for this customer that is 37,000 miles on the Cummins 380 XS. Yeah, 380 XCM. So we're just gonna, if I'm in the way, you tell me. Thank you, bud. Day's over. So sometimes guys have fun in here. Some of the time they don't. So I'm lucky. I got a good one, and I seem to have another good one on that one. So Jose, click that on.
Show us your toolbox.
So we were just talking. We were just talking with Jose.
This is cleaner than most people's silverware.
So we passed that little ridge, and now I'm going to put this seal on my pump, and now I'm going to draw this oil. So that's how it comes out. Then with osmosis, it'll just fill up to the level that I need. They typically have enough of this. I'll let it go. So here we got one is an oil sample. So that is ready to go. There's a barcode on there. There's a date. There's the mileage that was on the unit, 37,000 miles. And this will be one of my samples. And keep on going on. This is going to be my automatic transmission. So I'll do the same process with this transmission oil dipstick. So same thing. I'm going to take this out, wipe it, do the same length, and I'll show you when I'm done with this. So same for this one. Fluid sample, transmission. Boom, we got enough. We're done. We just figure this out so I don't spill on my t-shirt. That was intended for a show. It wasn't intended to do this. So I'm going to cover this up. I got my second fluid sample, and then we'll just take a generator thing. I'll finish this off. We'll use it in the front. I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to give you a free tip that cost me about $10,000. This is something we learned from some other inspector technician, where you can actually wear a clean shirt and keep it clean, well, except for toothpaste. So what you do is you flip this on, you flip this on, you flip this on. So when it comes and it's gonna, you know, when it's gonna flip all over the place, I call that my $10,000 tip when I went to school, that just this was worth the money. Yeah, right. Somebody should have done a YouTube and put this on video, just like this. So here's your tube. Now you don't know what to do with it. You got some on this hand. Perfect. Do this. So when I'm at customers in their yard and they're afraid of dirt and stuff, there it goes. So that was one fluid sample. So I need figure out how many gloves do I need to do 3 fluid samples, because I'm going to explain to you how I'm going to give you now the third fluid sample is the generator. So for this unit in particular, So here's the magic right in there. So here's the first judgmental type of deal that I'm looking at. Turd of some sort, probably a cat that was on here. So it shows you that nobody cares. It's like, geez, when's the last time you opened this? It's phenomenal. So I'll look into that a little bit further, because now we're just doing this and I'm running away for a meeting. So we'll dig deeper into that. But right now I'm going to come on this side and I'll pick up a fluid sample. Same thing as what we did earlier. I'll just pull that rope. This will give me my length. This was full. Try to find smell and burnt oil, which is sometimes, some people have the nose, some people don't. So typically I'll check the level a little bit further, but for now we're gonna have to do a doctor's appointment. So now the doctor's gonna put his glove, so we're going to do the same thing as we did earlier. And as you know, if you use those when your hands get wet, they're hard to put on. So as I'm doing this, same thing, I take the length of my unit, I give myself a little bit further, and now I take this, put it so it sticks out there. As I'm installing this, I'm not good at doing two things at the same time, but I'll try. So this is my generator oil. So this customer wanted oil, transmission, and oil. So oil in both the units, the generator and the engine and the transmission, would make sense. We also can do coolant. We can also do transfer case. We can do power divider. We can do power steering. We can do AQUA HUD. We can do all of the system that we also can do. It's just a question of what makes you feel good, what your inspector kind of, you can share with him how you feel, your knowledge and where you stand. But definitely important. Laurel's going to link above that rev that we did back a couple of months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. The generator had 25 hours, 25. This one has 215. I'm just saying 25. The first oil change on an own end normally is about 30, 35, I think they recommend, and when you look at your manual. 25 hours. My result on this came back as severity 4. That's bad, meaning there's residual mineral in the oil. So in order to have sand going in the oil, or some debris, some mineral, so there is a big problem there. 25 hours. So when they say, well, motor only has 20,000 miles, it's a diesel, it can go 1 million. Yeah, I went 2.4 million with my engine, but I changed the engine twice. So it's you can have a bad engine at first when you start. So it's just a peace of mind to know that, okay, somebody else, not me, not my saying, not your brother-in-law that claims you don't need that, and I've had Cummins or I had this forever. Stop listening to him, will you? Do your own research. Trust your own people. Make yourself feel good of what you will have done, and you don't need to share that with nobody anyway. Just make your own decision. You don't need your brother-in-law. So let's go on to this. So I will check this one. I already checked the level on it. I will pull this fluid sample, and I'm going to say, why didn't I put, the other one had that little coupon, because I didn't know the serial number on that engine when I prepared this at home. So what happened is now I'm going to be able to fill up my little barcode and be able to write on there what is my unit from. So here we go, 215 hours. I'm not making this up, okay? I'll try to show you the result of that when we get the result back. That was at 215 hours, an RV, Onan Cummins 8000 that runs out of diesel. So we'll see how that pan out. So if you guys like our video, please comment, subscribe, give us your intake. And if not, just do C4BO. That's a comment. That makes sense about saying, hey, thumbs up, thank you, appreciate what you're doing. Or if you really want to see more, just ask for more. On that note, remember, this whole thing is about your destination. So there's the motto. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey.